Hello everyone, Courtney Conover here, and today I'm bringing you somewhat of an unconventional video, considering this channel is focused on natural hair, or my obsession with curly hair, as well as some yoga interspersed in there, here and there. Today's video is focused on something that has absolutely nothing to do with either, but it is a glimpse into my life, and wanted to give you somewhat of a glimpse of who I am aside from just the person or a woman who's completely obsessed with her curls and who's a yoga instructor. Of course, I'm also a wife and mom, so today I thought it'd be cool for you to see what's in my handbag. So I just thought of this post on a whim. I've seen them all over YouTube, and I always find them incredibly fascinating, particularly if I don't even know the person. I'm just kind of curious because I think that what's in your handbag kind of has a glimpse of into your life, obviously, right? Because we carry, as women, we carry things around that we need and that inadvertently define us in a way, good, bad, or indifferent. So my handbag of choice is, I'm also a Louis Vuitton fanatic. I consider myself an aficionado of them. Did I say that word right? I don't know. But I have about 10 Louis Vuitton handbags, and but only pretty much like 3 that I have in heavy rotation. So this is one of them. It is the Sac. It's huge. This is the bag. It's got a long the strap drop I think is about 10 inches maybe, so it rests at the hip when I wear it. But this is like my everyday mom bag. So if I'm carrying a purse, it's 9 times out of 10 this one, and my kids are with me, it's this one. The only time I tend to not carry this is if I'm traveling. Even though it's big and it can fit everything, I don't like the fact that there's no zip top. It's just open, which is great for accessibility, but it's not really, I don't like, I wouldn't want to go to the airport with this, right? Or to like a carnival or something like that, or someplace where there are a lot of people. But just a quick interesting tidbit about this bag. This bag is what eventually became the Neverfull, the big Louis Vuitton tote with the 2 straps in the side that a lot of people carry. That's a really popular bag, the Neverfull, which I do think is very gorgeous. I myself, I prefer vintage handbags, and this one is teetering on vintage because it was discontinued, I want to say, in the late 90s. So right before the Neverfull was introduced, they discontinued the Sac, spelled S-A-C. They discontinued, Louis Vuitton discontinued this bag, and then debuted the Neverfull. So yeah, so I'm just gonna take everything out, and then I'll show you the empty bag on the inside. First I'll start with my wallet. This too is a vintage piece. It's a vintage Fendi wallet. I don't know, I want to say maybe from the 80s. I've had this a long time. I bought it pre-loved, but yeah, so this has just pretty much everything. My wallet. Secondly, my sunglasses, my Ray-Ban aviators that I just love. This particular pair I got in 2010, right before I became pregnant with my son. Ray-Bans, gotta love those. My children are almost, my son will be 6 next week, and my daughter will be 4 at the end of September. So they're 17, they're 2 years, 17 days apart. So I basically have a 4 and 6-year-old, but I still carry wipes. Oh, I can't even imagine dining without wipes with my kids. I carry wipes all the time. Also, because we have dry skin, Aquaphor, and this is the one with the foam applicator, so you don't even really have to put it in your hand. You can just spread it. And yeah, so Aquaphor. Next, I'm a vegetarian, and oftentimes I do prefer vegan snacks. And if they're not vegan, they definitely, of course, still have to be vegetarian. So my snack of choice are always nuts. So I have a mix of 100-calorie almond and walnut mix, which I will carry with me. And this one is a antioxidant mix with almonds, dried sweetened cranberries, blueberries, cashews. Yeah, so that's this one. So 2 of these. I tend to go through these like every couple weeks. I'll refresh my snacks. Also hand sanitizer, and this has a nice little clip that I can clip on the inside of my purse. If I can just get this thing open right. But yeah, it's not working right now. But anyway, it's just loose in my bag, but hand sanitizer. I went to a yard sale, this huge yard sale thing in some parking lot a couple of weeks ago with my mother-in-law when she was here visiting from New Jersey, and this woman gave me this. I told her that I have a lot of Buddhas around my house, and she said, "Oh, just take this one. This is for you." And I'm like, "What do you want for it?" She's like, "Nothing." So look, he fits in the palm of my hand. So I carry him with me. I do have a lot of Buddhas at my yoga haven in the house, and in our nook. I also have a Buddha, but I just yeah. Buddha. Really quick, I'm not Buddhist. I respect all religions. I was born and raised Catholic. I guess I would consider myself Christian now, but I just have an affinity for all religions. I'm just like, treat everyone how you want to be treated, love everybody. That's basically my religion. So there's that. Next, I have, okay, this pouch here. I want to say, I think I got this off of eBay. Look at some coins are missing. I think my daughters are playing with them right now, the missing coins. But I like this because it has like a really Indian boho vibe that I just think it's gorgeous. It's just all this different patchwork, and I just think it's really pretty. But I got this from eBay from like a fair trade seller, I think like in 2012, I think. Yeah, I think my son was about 1. But I use this because otherwise, let me just say this. So we're at the end of the inside, and look how big and vast the inside of this handbag is. So I used to carry this bag with a purse, I think it's called a purse organizer, where it's just like a vinyl caddy that you sit right in the bag, and then you can put stuff in there. But the problem with that is if the bag tips over and the stuff goes flying and all that stuff. So I've just decided to keep a minimal amount of things. So everything that I just showed you is this right here. It looks like a lot, but it's really not. But the other smaller things I decided to keep in this pouch just for easy access, and so I know where pretty much everything is at all times. So now I'm going to open this for you, and this is just like a whole nother. Okay. So I have a tube of lipstick. I don't even know if this has been discontinued, but this is MAC Cosmetics Folio. I love it because it's just really light neutral, and you can just stick lip balm on top of it, which I do. I have Tom's natural peppermint moisturizer, so I put this on first, and then if I'm really going somewhere fancy, I'll put this on MAC on top of it. But if not, it's just the Tom's, and that's all I do there. Oil blotting papers. Have you seen these? I think Clean and Clear were the first ones to debut these, but they're just these little thin oil blotting strips. I don't wear a lot of makeup at all, but I do have like a T-zone going on here that I've always had, like really oily chin. Actually, still it's T and then plus my chin, but actually now some of my cheeks are getting greasy too. So I use these instead of just like putting powder on. I blot with the oil strips, and this is just really cute mirror that I got. I don't know. I think like at a dollar store or something. This thing is so old. This is older than my children, so this thing is probably about 10 years old. A double-sided mirror. You can tell I have a son who likes Paw Patrol because these are my pocket tissues. Paw Patrol pocket tissues. This used to be a staple. This little Lysol to-go disinfectant spray. When my kids were, diaper wearing age, just when you change a diaper, they stunk up the place. You can kind of like clean up the damage or at least minimize the smell with this. But the older I get, the more I realize I think I'll be carrying Lysol and wipes in my handbag until I'm like 90, I swear. So, okay, we're getting to the end of this. Also, essential oils. These still have sand on them from the beach because when we went to the Jersey Shore this summer, I put some on my pulse points. And just a little interesting fact: if it's really, really hot and you have some peppermint essential oil on you, you can put it on your back of your neck, by your ear, and on your pulse points, and it literally in about 20 seconds you will feel this this cooling effect. It really does work. Try it. But I always roll with peppermint oil and lemon. I just feel like the two go together and they calm me. And I can just put a few drops in my palm of my hand, inhale like this, and it's just like instant spa. So my essential oils in a little baggie just in case, God forbid, they were to break. 2 Band-Aids, which are kind of old, so thank God. This means I haven't had to use them in a while. Another lip gloss. I didn't realize I had this. This is Victoria's Secret Guava Splash lip gloss from the Hubs for Valentine's Day. And one more, a little tiny cute, this is for my mother-in-law too, this little tiny Vaseline. I don't think I really need it with the Aquaphor, but look how cute this is. I was like, okay, I'm going to put it in here. And my inhaler, because I'm not asthmatic, but I do occasionally, when I say occasionally, I mean like once a year, really. I'll have like an asthma attack, and I'll feel it coming on, and there's that. Last thing, the very last thing in this pouch. Oh, no, I actually have two things. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, I lied. 3 things. All right, so this is one of them. In 2005, it is a magnet with some metal, okay? And in 2005, my husband and I went to, or I should say my husband took me to, or brought me to, the retired NFL players annual convention. And every year it's in some cool, great locale. And that year, 2005, it was at the Eden Rock in Miami. And they had a conference one of those days. It's like a 3 or 4 day conference for retired NFL players. And at the time, Scott and I were not married. But they had different activities. One day they had the husbands and men go off and do golfing or something. And the same day they had like this luncheon, or I think it was like a brunch for the wives and girlfriends. And they had a relationship therapist and specialist there who was talking about how to make your relationship healthy and whatnot. And they gave us all of these and said, always remember this. Like, you know, this person comes to the table with this, and this person comes to the table with this, and you bring it together, like, you can't lose. So I still, even before we were married, when I got this, I never ceased carrying this with me. And so it's just very special. I keep it with me. Just a reminder of the hubs. Not that I need a reminder, but it's just something cute. Okay, so here's the last thing I'm going to show you from this pouch. So in 2010, this is the summer before I became pregnant with my son, my firstborn, I took this stones class at this local boutique, and it was awesome. They talked about different stone qualities like rose quartz and turquoise and tiger's eye, and all of these lovely stones, and they talked about the properties that they possessed, you know, whether they were calming, whether they helped with concentration, whether they helped clear the aura. It was just amazing. And so at the end of the conclusion of the class, we got to make a bracelet. And look at this clasp, though. Can you see it? So it's one of those like toggle, I think that's what it's called. So my mom, I went to this class with my mom. She made the same bracelet or something, you know, a variance of it. You can pick the stones that you want, but hers basically looked like this. I can't remember. I think hers either fell off and she lost it because, again, look at this, right? Or it broke. I can't remember. I remember one of her bracelets broke, one of them fell off. I can't remember which is which. This is going really long. This is approaching 13 minutes, so let me try to wrap this up. But it would suffice to say I could never bring myself to wear this, and I guess I should get the clasp changed. But even still, it's just, I don't know. This was a very, I don't know. I just like it was a very nostalgic time in my life, just because I knew we were going to try to get pregnant. We did get pregnant right away, but that's a whole other story. My point is, this point in my life when I made this bracelet, it was a very sweet time. And I know you shouldn't covet things, but I've always been afraid to wear this in fear that I might lose it. So I just keep it with me in this Tiffany pouch. So hoping that all the good vibes from the stones would still rub off, because I had the stones with me, but I just couldn't bring myself to carry this. Okay, so one last thing. So that empties out the bag, right? So my bag is empty. But I do have this zippered compartment here, and I carry just a few things in there, and I'm going to bring all of these out. Okay, so 2 things. It's about that time for me to get a pedicure again because my hooves are jacked up. So I am the most predictable person when it comes to nail polish colors. My toes are always the same, boring, pale pink, like that SE ballet slipper waltz. Like, that's my vibe. But I do have 2 different ones in here. I have this Pure Ice. I think this is like a brand you get at like Walmart or something, but it's satin ribbon, like 2 coats of this. It really can't see it outside, but it's a really, really, really sheer pale pink. So that's probably going to be my choice. I know, so riveting, and I live on the edge, as you can see. So basic, but this is also one that's really basic. It's matte, it's a little thicker, and this one is OPI, and it's called Don't Bossa Nova Me Around. Sometimes I just like the OPI, just hoping that someone asks me what it is so I can tell them. Don't Bossa Nova Me Around. All right, so one of my students in a yoga class that I taught at Taylor Yoga back in 2012 gave me this. I think it was for Christmas. It's a notepad, the most beautiful notepad I've ever seen. It says "Believe anything is possible," and look, it's like magnetic. And you open this up, and so I just keep little notes. This is my little notepad. I just think it's so adorable. Once again, it's got like this just beautiful, intricate design, and I just think it's gorgeous. And it comes from one of my favorite students. So thank you, Jill. I still carry this if you're watching. Also, Mont Blanc pen. In another post, or another vlog, I will tell you the story behind this Mont Blanc pen. It's a pen that the Hubs bought for me for Christmas the year before we got married. He proposed to me at Mont Blanc. We first met at a Mont Blanc. That's a whole other story, but so suffice to say, this is a very good pen, but it also has sentimental value. Three more things. One little stray candy. This is called Bear Food, B-A-R-E food, Bear Food, and it's all natural chewy ginger candy. Oh my God, it's so good. And if you ever have any kind of like queasiness, or sometimes when we're driving for a long time, I'll get like, not queasy, but like that feeling where it's a sensation that I can't describe. I guess it is kind of queasy, but you just feel like you want ginger or saltine crackers. This candy will do the trick. It calms you, and it's good just to eat too. It's just ginger. It's really chewy. So I have a lone one of here. I haven't been able to find another bag of these anywhere, so I don't know what I'm gonna break down to eat this. It has to be like the world has to be coming to an end before I eat this. All right. Two more things. The Hubs and I took Scotty and Kennedy, our children, to Legoland earlier this week, and I still have this in here from my son's little lanyard, Legoland Discovery Center. I don't know what this thing is. It has no purpose. I don't know. It was a fun day though. And one more thing, my card holder. So I know I'm so old-fashioned. I'm 40 years old. I'm like 40 going on 60. I still carry cards, and I still give them out. So this is like my card for my book, Mommy Straightest, that I wrote about my natural hair transition. So I have that card. I also have Scott's card. I don't know. I'm sure he doesn't want me to put out his information to everybody, so I'm going to cover this. But this is his NFL secretary card. He's the secretary of the Detroit chapter of the NFL alumni, so I have his card with me just in case I meet someone who would be in need of his services. And I also have my writing card, writing/yoga. So if someone asks about hair, I give them this card. And if someone asks about writing or yoga, I give them this card. I need to redo my, the art here, because this is back when I had straight hair. And as you can see, this isn't me anymore. So that pretty much, in a nutshell, is what I carry with me on an everyday basis. I know it seems like a lot, but it really, really isn't, I swear. And my shoulder doesn't feel like it's going to fall off from carrying this. So I hope this gives you a little glimpse of who I am. Thank you so much for watching. If you're still watching, I'll be back again next week with another video. Bye.